What is up, podheads? Back with another episode of the Patio Slave podcast. My name is Tony, joined as always by Anthony.
I am here, my friend. How are you?
You are here. I see you. I see you over Zoom. But I also know you're in the great state of Maine, just such as am I. We're just here chilling on an actually pretty nice day in Maine. So
the Pine Tree State?
The Pine Tree State, yeah, it fits right in. Fits right into the combo. And coming right up here, we've got Marty and Alex of Sparks the Rescue. Again, we've Marty for the second time, Alex for the first time. So it was nice to have Alex join us. Hadn't been able to chat with him over the pod, live of the pod yet. So that was fun. But I wanted to kind of just throw something at you real quick.
I'll catch it.
If you're ready.
As long as it's a good throw, just throw it at me.
I don't know. My athletic days are over, but I'll try. This year especially, we've had a lot of repeat guests. We've had a lot of people who have put out music that we've listened to over the course of time, right? 15, 20, 25 years in some cases. And to be able to kind of grow up with them and then get the stories behind all this, it kind of hit me recently just driving, listening to us and then listening to the records from, say, Vinny, or the conversations we've had with JT from Hawthorne Heights, the guys at Sparks. I mean, to be able to have those conversations with those folks and grow up with them, because they were young when they put out their started doing this, and now they're our age or maybe a little older in some cases, maybe a little younger in some cases. But to be able to have them shed light on some of that stuff and still be doing it, it just blows me away. Like it's been really awesome to grow up with this stuff and get the stories behind it.
I love that. Love it. Because a few things have to happen. Like, one, they have to, for all this to happen, they have to still be doing it now. All these years later, they have to still be interested. We have to still be interested enough to care and ask. And that's one thing. I've said this and you've said this to the listeners. All these questions are ours. Like, it's not like we're outsourcing questions. These are all stuff in most cases we've had for years. And, if it's surrounding a new album, it's new questions, based on where they're at, where we're at, all that stuff. Dude, I'm totally with you, because I would say 99% of these cases where we have repeat guests and you have some rapport with them and you have history, I leave the conversations being a bigger fan, which is kind of crazy, because a lot of these combos I've been fans for years and years and years. The fact that 25 years later, 20 years later, we're still fans it's cool. And I've always said this, like, this podcast it's a listening companion to your album. Like, go listen to the new Spark songs that they put out recently. Then, check out this convo. It'll be a good companion, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's been. And maybe more for me than the people out there in listener land. We appreciate you listening, but it's been really one of those kind of fulfilling things that lends itself to, adding depth to all this stuff that I've spent a ton of time with, and opening my eyes to some new stuff too. But absolutely, some of the OGs that we've been fans of for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years in some cases, and we've got more of that coming too, which is pretty cool. But I can't belabor the point enough that it's been amazing to be able to, and I'm a broken record with that, but it's been amazing to have these conversations, get these insights to records that are older, and then the new ones, and how they've grown as artists and how they've grown as bandmates and friends and touring companions and all that stuff. And to hear the behind the scenes of that stuff, it doesn't get old. And, 318 episodes in and still chugging along, we're going to try to keep bringing that to you.
It's funny. Before we started the episode, you're like, yeah, I got a pointer. I got a question. You'll probably agree. And after hearing it, yeah, I do agree. 100%. It's why we do it. I mean, I think you said something recently. You leave these conversations fulfilled. I leave these conversations fulfilled. There's no money involved in this. It is just straight passion, and a lot of times we choose this over other things, right? A lot of nights it's either I want to go to a show or we have a recording, and oftentimes the recording, the interview, often rises to the top. But yeah, we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't love it. And we wouldn't be doing it if we didn't feel like there was still more to be had,
Yep, absolutely. And that leads me right into the conversation we had with Alex and Marty, dueling frontmen of Sparks the Rescue. They're going on tour this spring. They put out a couple of new songs in recent years. They're still working on stuff. But they're doing kind of the longest tour they've done in, close to 20 years?
Insane. And we do hit on that. And that's one thing is, there's questions I've had from back in the day, but now as an adult, there's other questions. Like, and we get into this in a few minutes, like, how is it with 6 40-year-old dudes with wives and kids to create music, to align on schedules, to still play out. So I feel like a lot had to align for these shows coming up in May. They got like 8 of them. I think eight shows in a month time frame, all over New England, Philly, Pennsylvania, Brooklyn, New York. That's a lot to coordinate. I just can't imagine, because I know how it is for the two of us, the three of us. It can be a lot sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And we get some all-time stories about, life on the road, how they handle the aux cord, all that fun stuff is coming at you here in a couple of minutes. But really excited to keep doing this with you, man. And we don't say that enough to each other. So happy for you, happy for us, happy for Nate. I know he's listening, and we'll keep it rolling, with these combos.
100%. Keep it rolling. Momentum's still there. The passion's still there. The love, all that. So I think with that, let's get into it. We got Marty and Alex from Sparks the Rescue. 20 years in the game, still at it. Shows, tours, music, you name it. Let's go.
No gusters were harmed in the making of this episode.
Oh my God.
All right, we got Alex and Marty from Sparks the Rescue. Guys,
Yeah.
you guys ready for a hang?
Yeah, we definitely are.
Yeah.
So Marty, we had you on, 2 years ago now?
Been almost 2 years.
Yeah, I think so. That's what we were talking about earlier. 2 years. Too long, my friends. Too long.
It went by fast.
It sure as hell did.
And Toby was sick, and Alex, you got the starting lineup here.
Are you righty?
Yeah,
Go to
I
the
got
righty.
tapped on the shoulder, and I was like, okay. They usually don't like when I talk, so.
Oh no, we're happy to have you. We've
It'd be
never had you.
wild.
This is your
I'm
first
the
time.
wild card. Something.
Well, what I was saying earlier is that the thing about me and Alex is that we're both loose cannons.
Nice.
Toby's very good at like keeping it on the straight and narrow and like keeping the point going. And me and Alex, we actually used to call ourselves Alpha Dragon.
Alpha Dragon.
Nice.
And we rode in the Bordello Rotten of the van.
Oh, that's so true. So like sometimes when me and Alex get together, it gets a little crazy, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with a little crazy, babe.
Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with a little bump and grind, or is that, you
Yeah.
can't say that anymore?
I mean,
You can
just
say it.
that. Yeah.
You just can't do it like you used to.
Artist.
Yeah.
But when we last had you on, Marty,
Mhm.
and back when we chatted with Toby too, you had just released Bath Skate Park and Collarbone, but you had not played the State Theater yet, and Ice Storm 98 and Chase the Dawn hadn't come out. So I guess in terms of like recent years of Sparks, that's a lot of activity in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
As far as Sparks is concerned, yeah. Like
Yeah.
We were pretty damn dormant for a while. And yeah, I think like once we started, like we did our reunion show, and then we started doing like, show here, show there. Like it really got our juices going, and it got us really excited. We're like, oh yeah, we fucking love being together, and we love playing music. So why not keep doing that? And yeah, I mean, it's just sort of like it's still very difficult with all of us having, like lives, jobs, kids, responsibilities. But it's like, I don't know, life is short, and it seems like we've all like just wanted to do it while we can, and that's been really a lot of fun. And it's sort of like absolutely wild that we can still be doing this. So why not? And just keep it going, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think Pat has really taken the charge on just like being just an ideas man. He's coming up with so many great songs and ideas. He's really leading the charge there, and it's been inspiring for all of us to come in and work with that. Honestly, from my experience.
Yeah.
I've listened to Ice Storm 98 probably 100 times. So
Yeah.
I love that
And-
song.
Yeah, that it was really special to make that song. And obviously it was a demo we had almost 20 years ago now. So it's just wild. And it was tough to be like, how close do we want to be to the original? Like how do we just completely re-alter the song and change it? But we tried to stick to the path. It changed a bit from the original demo. And some people have heard the original demo. It's on YouTube and on our Bandcamp, I believe. And we went in with Kevin Billingsley as a producer, and he did an awesome job. It was just a great experience for us, even though it was kind of segmented. Like some of us were in some days, some of us were in the others, but we were really happy with the final product.
How is it all these years later? Because like Tony and I, we're a 2-person, sometimes a 3-person gig here, and it's like impossible to schedule anything. So you have 6 40-year-olds with families and kids. Like, how is it even possible to do anything?
You schedule things, they just don't happen, but shows do.
Yep. Like I mean, with 2 of us, that happens.
Actual things that are like important happen, but the band practices, they could happen.
They could happen.
The rhythm section could get together. That's happened.
Yep.
No, we've had a few. So we've been practicing in Ben's basements, and
yeah, that is by
good.
far the best answer you could possibly give, Alex. It's like, you know what? It's impossible, but we make shows, and then we make those shows happen.
I had to turn our group chat on silent because I'll wake up and it's like 100 text messages, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this right now. I'll text Toby because Toby's like, he's got it all. Toby's probably the leader, and he's got the most agency. Like, he'll get things done. He's just really good at that kind of thing. And so if I'm missing something, I text Toby.
Well, you need those guys too, right? You need people to be the wild cards like you guys are. You need somebody to be kind of the dad in the room. You need the ideas guy. You need all that stuff.
Nate's the dad. Nate, our drummer, Nate. We call him Papa, so he's always been Papa.
Yeah, he is Papa Bear, but he is sort of like the dad who, like, he just has dad energy and dad vibes. Like Toby's the one that like has everything wrapped together, and like he's sort of like a lot of the glue that like keeps pushing us forward in the regards that like he's got answers, and like I don't know, it's interesting. Like being 6 dudes who've known each other for so long is like it's like a family, but it's a weird, very weird family. Where we love each other and we know each other sort of in and out, where I mean I think that's sort of part of the magic of us on stage is that like we can communicate with each other and we know each other, and just sort of, I don't know, deal with each other because we've just been stupid dumb dudes in a basement for 20 years.
Nate's definitely the Papa too, and I just want to like add this because like he can pick me up. And like I don't get picked up very much, so when he does, he can pick me up, and I feel like a child again. And there's something so magical and like I'm awesome about that. I don't know.
Yeah, I like
and
that.
I feel safe with him. I just feel safe.
Yeah,
like we go on tour, like,
and he's a big guy,
safe.
so that makes sense. It's good. It's good. I gotta ask about the state. I mean, it's got to be an amazing feeling to be able to headline the state the night before Thanksgiving last year. To have all those people come out, have it go off the way it did, that had to be surreal.
Yeah, for me, looking back at my life, like going to see Rustic Overtones there, going to see all these bands and being a middle schooler or a high schooler, looking up and being like, I'm going to do that someday, to being there, potentially having people do the same to us. It's such like a cycle of life and crazy. And it was overwhelming for me. And it was like, I couldn't thank the people that came out, our fans, everybody singing along. It's just like, it made our journey feel that much more real when we got on that stage.
Tony and I have been to hundreds of shows there, and that night I can remember it. You could hear the crowd. You could hear the crowd every song. Could you guys hear the crowd on stage?
Yeah. It's wild. That's something like you always dream about. So it's like just it was awesome. Goosebumps. It's always like hard coming off those kind of highs sometimes. You're like, if we want to do that again soon, now.
Yeah,
go.
right. Can we come back next week?
Yeah.
Well, we heard the State Theater's haunted. Did you guys see anything backstage? Anything funky backstage?
I did some sigils on the wall and a seance.
Nice.
But I didn't have the right items. You need like an apple from a whore's tree. That's hard to find these days.
Yeah,
Marty
hard
had
to find
one
these days. Yeah, Marty, did you ever find an apple from a horse tree? Come on, dude.
You know what? I don't give away my secrets, all right? And I don't give away shit for free.
That's a true wizard, dude.
I love it.
I would say, at least as far as the State Theater, I didn't notice, like, I think that was it was just fucking cool backstage. I've been back there once before, but I was just like, oh shit! Like there's like crazy ass, super steep stairs, but like
Yeah,
a nice
so steep.
background, so steep, and
Seems
then
just
like
dangerous.
the cool posters and stuff like that. I just like, I know for me playing there, it was one of those things that it just truly felt blessed the entire time and felt so like thankful. Like I just couldn't get over it. I was like, I don't know, like I must have done something right along, and we must have done something right to be able to get to this point, because it's sort of like, it's not the culmination, but it feels like, that was always the pinnacle of playing on a stage in Maine. Like, I
Yeah.
don't care if you play the Civic Center, I don't care if you play like Bangor. The State Theater is the venue in your home state. That's where you saw the bands like growing up, and like to be able to do that. And I know for me personally, it's like I never fucking thought we would play there, and to look out across the crowd and see every single person was there for us and singing along. It was just like, I literally, like, I get chills thinking about it, because it's like that literally is the dream. And like, I just, even when we like originally like started talking about playing the state, it was like, I don't know if it's gonna happen. If it can, and we play in front of like 150 people, 200 people, that'll still be
Yeah.
fucking awesome. They're
I
like,
remember the meeting we had about playing the state. We're all sitting around. We went to some like bar, maybe a restaurant, right? In like Gray or something. We're all sitting around. We're like debating: should we do the state? We have the option. We have like the dates available. They're gonna give us, and we were just like, can we fill it enough? Like it was a worry. It was like, it's a big show to fill. We had just done a show a year ago that did really well, so we were like, we got to do better than that show.
Yeah.
And that was a scary thought, but it ended up going great. I think a big, help was we had a great lineup with us, and that was really cool for that show. And it's just like, yeah, we couldn't have asked for a better night for that. It was special.
I think that picture that we took on stage, which, like, it's something fun to do one way or the other, but I think I'm going to hold that picture and the picture in front of that marquee.
Yeah.
Like, I'll hold that in my brain and on the wall for the rest of my life, because it's just like, no matter where you play and what you go and what you do, it's like, I just remember being a little kid in the pit, and actually I puked up in the middle of the stage watching Guster one time because I ate too many fries.
Was it on the DVD that they filmed there?
Yeah, Gus on Ice.
No, this was like 1990, like probably 8, maybe 99. I can't remember, but like I ate way too many fries, and it was some sort of CYY show or whatever. And I saw Guster, and I puked in the middle of the crowd, and it just like parted like a sea. And oh, dude, it was bad. But
That's
like,
If
wild.
you were there, now you know it was Marty that puked on you. Sorry.
yeah, dude, it was me.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that night.
Sorry
Marty.
to the dude, that because I also then like I ate literally an entire plate of fries, like that was my dinner, and like puked it up in the middle of the crowd, and then I ran down to the bathrooms, because that's when the bathrooms
In the
used to be
basement, yeah.
downstairs in the basement. I puked on there's one set of stairs, a flat. I puked on the flat, and then another set of stairs, and then the bathroom, and then I puked all over the toilet. It was just all like fried puke.
Yeah.
And then
Potato
afterwards, a big old potato mess. And then afterwards, we're like leaving the show. I felt fine, watched the rest of it. And then like I went to go use the bathroom, and I saw some dude like going to town all over the toilet that I puked up all over. And I was
What?
like, oh, I'm so
So,
I
Marty,
felt
I'm connecting
You
the
mean like
dots
going to
here.
sound like he was peeing or pooping on the puke?
He was pooping.
Oh,
Okay,
He was
I did
pooping.
not. I didn't quite
All
understand what you meant there, but I like
So,
that though.
what you're
Yeah,
trying to
Take
tell
it
me
to
is
turn.
out of the podcast.
you were banned from the state until 2025.
Till last year. Yeah.
For
Okay.
sure.
And who
All right.
who knew Guster Pitts went that hard? That's what I want.
It was probably like the first time I smelled like marijuana and BO after eating an entire plate
Yeah.
of fries. I don't
Back
know.
when you could smoke in the state. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyways, that was a
No,
really
I'm glad you shared
weird story.
that. That was amazing.
And then you get to headline that venue, even though you puked all over it 25 years ago.
Yeah. No one knew. Anybody that still works in the State Theater, I'm very sorry about that. And anybody that went to that show, I'm very sorry.
Oh, they're all gone. They closed in what? Was it 06?
Yeah.
Right? Some 04, 05, something like that. And then open with new management. So they're all gone for the most part, I bet.
Yeah. Well, when we played, I didn't tell anyone. Maybe that's the ghost that's haunting it now, is the ghost of my gut.
That's it.
Oh man. Hey, let's talk Chase the Dawn. To me, that's like if you took every era of Sparks and like combined it into one. It's that song. And obviously the message kind of combines it all. So like,
Yeah.
Is it easier creatively now that probably everyone's better at their instrument and you guys have been around so long? How is it?
So that song came together. Pat had a demo. I had done pretty much the melody that is on that song and the chorus. And it was like a totally different vibe, a totally different song. And at first I was making a song about the movie Baby Driver. Put your headphones on, I'm your baby driver. Put the past beneath your tires was like one of the hooks in the chorus. And then Pat had the idea, like, let's try to write this about like our journey, the fans. Like, let's write this for people that like our band. And I thought that was a really great idea. And we just like, him and I got cracking, Marty got cracking, and we just kind of like were shooting each other lyrics. And then it came together. And honestly, like, there was a couple spots where we didn't have lyrics. We ended up like writing in the studio, and our producer was throwing in input, and it all came together really nice. And yeah, I do feel like it is like a good culmination of all the Sparks catalog as well.
Well, and it's a love letter to the fans too, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's you name drop old EP albums. You talking about sleeping on floors, all that stuff. Like
yeah.
Which hopefully you're not sleeping on floors when you guys are. We probably
will be still sleeping on floors.
Oh, nice! Still gonna do it.
It's not like a 30-day run of sleeping on floors. It'll be like, 6 guys in one hotel room, and somebody's gonna pull the short straw.
Yeah. Get a rollaway, or bring in one of those like mattresses, those things like backpackers use. Bring in some of those. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Ben always sleeps in the van, so usually we get one down there, and then
we like to cuddle.
Yeah, I'll sleep with whoever. But not like, you know what I mean? Fall asleep.
Yeah. We got you.
In the band.
It's funny. Growing up, I was like, I'd love to go on tour. Like, I was 20, and now that I'm 40, I'm like, no fucking way. Like, I couldn't sleep on a floor. Like, I mean, I could, obviously, but how will it be for you guys? So you guys are heading out most of New England. There's a Pennsylvania date, New York date. Are you guys taking, like, Ben's RV? What are you guys doing?
Pretty much, yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, that's the plan. I think is that Ben's got an RV, and we really don't carry a lot of gear around with us anymore, just because everybody's got like modular amps and stuff like that. So it's like, take the RV. We'll probably, like, the thing is like, we also all are adults in our late 30s, 40s. So it's like, we'll probably get the RV, which sleeps and can sleep all of us, but like, I mean, I'm sure we've got like CPAP machines and shit like that. And it's like, dude, I got a bad back. Like, we're also probably going to rent hotel rooms at least a little bit. Like, we don't want to be spending a lot of money because we're not making a lot of money. But at the same time, like, we played two shows down in Boston in January. And like, we got hotel rooms because it's just nice to sleep in a comfortable bed. We like, as Alex said earlier, it's like, we're not doing like a 30-day run. We're doing 2 long weekends that, like, as long as I can get like one like decent night's sleep within like 3 or 4 days, like, it'll take to recover. Because
I'm just more concerned about how sore that we're gonna be from, like, because I remember we did those 2 shows in Boston, and the second day I was like, my neck hurts, I'm so sore. Like, it was so I plan on running or like taking my dog on a lot more hikes, trying to just build up a good fitness routine to get my ass in shape for this. That's my plan.
Yeah, we're talking to you like about a month before you guys do this. So higher ground in Burlington, Vermont, then hometown Portland at the New Madrids. We'll be at that one. We'll see you guys there. Milk Boy in Philly, the Woodshop in Brooklyn, New York, the Press Room in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, the Drake in Amherst, Mass, Empire Underground in Albany, New York, and then Palladium Upstairs in Worcester. So all over the region, really.
Yeah.
And we want to, our Jason Legassi is the one that put this tour together. He's like our manager and our booking agent right now, and he did just a fantastic job. It's been odd. We connected with him. We've known him forever. He was putting on shows when he was 16 years old. Had all these big clubs and always carried himself like he was a lot older. You know, that always like struck me about him. But we've known him forever. We've been friends, and we brought him into the Sparks crew, and it's been pedal to the metal as far as a bunch of 40-year-olds go.
Did he pitch that to you guys? Like, let's go do 2 really long weekends?
Yeah. So we've had like a bunch of cool pitches. We've had like offers that where I guess we can't talk about, but like that look awesome, but like we're just undoable for us at the moment. But yeah, he's doing just like a fantastic job behind the scenes, just pulling things together.
Yeah, like we got together with Jason to be our booking agent. So like, I mean, we sort of sat down and had the conversation. Like, we are an active band. We want to play music, but we want to do it our way. We want to, we're not trying to, like get big. We're not trying to like get a gold record or anything like that. But we want to play music, and we want to play music for people. We want to write music. We want to be active, and that means like going out and doing little shows. But like we can't go on a 30-day run. We have our own lives, and it's like we can do a weekend here, a weekend there. If the right opportunity comes up, then we'd love to jump on it if we can make it work. But so getting together with Jason, and he's been able to do a lot of work. He did a lot of work for this run that we're going to be doing, and just trying to see if there's opportunities out there where we can jump on a couple dates here, jump on a couple dates there, because like ultimately at the end of the day, it's like we love to play music with each other, and there are people out there, which still blows my mind, that love to see our music and love to see us play. So it's like, let's fucking do it. And so that's sort of where we've gone with Jason and what we're doing. And it's
thank you, Jason, you're the man.
He throws out ideas, or opportunities that we can say yay or nay to, and that going back to the scheduling thing, it's really difficult, but doing this run of shows coming up in the next month is like a really big thing for us, because we did do a run of 4 dates probably 3 years ago, and it was just not small New England dates. They were 4 dates in New England, and that was the first time I think we'd done a tour together in probably 15 or 16 years at least, probably closer to 20 years as a full band. So it was really fun. It was just like, you know what? We don't want to do a month long, but like we can definitely do a couple weekends,
Yeah. Weekend warriors, dude.
Yeah, well, the bleed into Monday, Tuesday. Why not?
We haven't said anything about Ben, and I want to say something about Ben, is that like he's probably the real leader of the band.
That's
and yeah, that's how I got in the band, actually, was like I convinced Ben to let me sing for you guys. And then I like weaseled my way into the band.
Well, I'm glad I'm glad he did that, because I remember.
Me too.
Smart move.
I remember pre-Alex Sparks. It was a different beast.
Yeah. I saw them, and like I've known them forever, but like seeing them live, we played at this Bath skate park, I think. It was funny enough, the song. And I just remember seeing them on stage and being like, if I want to make it in music, like right here, right now, like these are the people I need to be with. And I knew that. I saw that and I knew it. It was one of those things. I was like, there's nobody else that has this kind of spark on stage. And they were so tight. They were so good at just that. The songs were so, the music was so precise. And so they were far beyond their years for what they were playing, and like how they were arranging and how dynamic the songs were and stuff. So it was just like, I need to get into this. And I convinced Ben.
So speaking of Ben, fast forward a month from now, you're in Ben's RV. The 6 of you, who gets the aux cord? Who decides what's playing over the speakers? Is it a fight, or you're like, fuck it, Marty, just pick something?
Probably Toby or Ben. But I don't know.
I would say whoever is in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Is always, in my opinion, and this goes for anything, whoever's in the passenger seat, it's between them and the driver who gets the aux cord. Like, no matter what, I feel like that should be a rule across all boards.
I can close my eyes and just know who's got the aux cord. It'll be like
Marty just plays Me Without You on repeat.
Yeah, Marty, Me Without You. Toby's Rhett Miller. Ben's Pop. but it's like I guess it could be like Copeland might come on if Ben was on. Nate is a bit of an oddball. He's a bit pop as well, but he's abstract.
Well, and like anything else, it all depends on context. Because like if you get the driver versus you get the conversation going,
that's true.
Then
that dynamic does change the selection.
I think nowadays with earbuds, it's also it's a completely different ball game because it's like, you know, all of a sudden, Alex, if you had the aux cord right now, what would you put in?
Probably Counting Crows with Bright Eyes.
Solid. Nice.
Marty, what would you put in?
Oh, right now?
Early Under Oath. Exclusively.
I mean, you call Anthony, you call it with
Me Without You. You definitely nailed it with the Me Without You.
I mean, Me Without You is definitely one of my favorite bands of all time. Right now, I'm really into this rapper named Lord Sco. I don't know if you guys have ever heard him. But
no, but I love the name.
No, you'll find out pretty soon, Alex, on tour.
Pretty regal.
Lord Sco's really dope. I also like That Mexican OT. I've really been into just That Mexican OT is pretty dope. Lone Star Luchador is a great album.
Yeah, dude.
Great name for an album too.
Yeah, dude. There's also a Chopped and Screwed remix. So good.
Flip repeat, then we got a problems.
That's what I like to throw on when you got like a whole gang. Is like throw on some fun shit like Me Without You. That's me getting into my feels. I'm not gonna force other people to listen to Me Without You unless they want to. But like, you know, you gotta throw on some party music when you're in the van.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something with a little upbeat, keep you all awake while you're driving, all that stuff.
I'm pretty sure when we used to like have shows at the station back in the day, we'd always like roll in listening to like Lil Jon or something like that.
Erykah Badu.
Oh, well, it's her birthday today, actually.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, just one of those things where it's like sometimes you just got to pump yourself up. It's like,
we listen to like Maine bands a lot too. We listen to Radiation Year. We listen to what was the Killing Moon? Cambiata was trying to reach for.
Love that. I miss the station. I miss those days.
Yeah.
I never saw you guys there, but I spent a lot of time in that room.
That was a good spot.
The station, man. I used to hang from the pole or the pipes there, get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Any deep cut Maine venues you want to shout out? I got one.
Ooh.
Waterville Opera House.
Atlantic Hall. Tell me where it was.
Yeah, Cape Porpoise, bro.
Cape
Penny
Porpoise. I saw you guys at the second floor upstairs there.
Yeah. Oh, that show. Did Chase Hall play that as well?
I think Absence of the Sun. Remember those guys? They played that show.
Hell yeah.
I think Bush Senior was there.
Let's see.
Yeah, he was there.
He might have been.
He was there.
That makes sense.
He lives right up the road.
He was a big Secrets You Can't Keep fan. Had to have been there.
He fell out when I joined, but that's all right.
It's awesome just listening to you guys talk tonight. Obviously, I haven't seen you live numerous times recently, and the energy that you all still have for it and each other is super. You can see it, right? Like some bands that have been around a while or have been together a while, you don't always see that. They're just kind of going through the motions. You guys seem to genuinely enjoy being around each other and playing music together, which is super refreshing for a band that's been around as long as you guys have.
I think there's something going on in the water in Poland. I'm not sure what it is, but
yeah.
Poland Spring, baby.
Thanks for saying that, man. I really appreciate that. And I know like that's sort of how I feel. And I've always felt about playing music with these guys is that like there's some sort of energy between all of us that it's some sort of magic that is created when we all six of us are together that like it just is so much fun. And it's one of the best times and one of the times that I feel most alive. So it's like,
and to have everybody that started the band or like, you know, back in the band, because we went through a lot of member changes over the years. Like there was a short while where we were trying to keep it going, and it was a hard train to keep going when we're trying to tour. We're not making enough money. Things are changing. We got dropped and all these things, and then to come back and Marty's back. And, you know, that I think, you know, you brought the heart and the soul back. You know what I mean? It was like,
yeah, I mean, like, I think what really it is it's six of us. We are Sparks of Rescue. And when we're on stage together, that's when the magic is there. And it's like whatever, like that's the best thing about playing nowadays is like we're not that tight and we're not like what we once were, but like it's just us having fun on stage together. And like
Marty, I
that,
think you are though. I think you're tighter.
It's just easier, probably.
Yeah,
You don't have to
I
do.
think
You
you
don't have
guys
to
are
be
tighter
together
now.
every day to be tight.
well, thank you.
Everybody's still playing music a lot too. So it's, Toby's got a cover band. He's got an original group, and Ben and Nate are in his group. So they're playing together all the time. So it's just like, even if we don't practice all the time, these guys are playing all the time together. And Marty and I just have to come with our microphones. So it's like,
And the synth, right? Where's the synth, Marty?
that's what I'm saying, Marty. Where's the
I got a
synth?
couple cents back here, man. But
Ooh.
like one
Fire
thing
that shit up.
I like my bleeps. I was hooked up. I like my bleeps and bloops, but I also have learned like I'm very, very confident in being behind a microphone and acting like an idiot. And I do like to play keyboard, but like my strength is being a performer. Like anybody who's used to see me play keyboard back in the day knows I wasn't the greatest keyboard player
But
of
you
all time.
danced like a mofo behind that.
But I dance like a motherfucker behind it. I
You
just
fooled a
saw
lot of
like
people, Marty.
I just saw like some meme of like like the like synth player during a breakdown and
I
like
saw that.
I
Yeah.
saw that too.
2008.
On the
it just,
ironing board?
like
Yeah.
yeah, on the ironing board exactly. And I was just like 1000%, like and
I thought of you when I watched it.
and exactly, and it's like it's fun, but like I'm a performer first and foremost, so it's a lot easier now to just like let my freak flag fly all the way without having
Yeah,
to
dude.
also, just
That could be the name of the next record. Let your freak
There
flag.
it is.
I can't even say it. So, but
next record is called Barrel of Monkeys, dude.
Yeah. So there's going to be a next record. Let's go. That was a
Oh,
question
hell
I
yeah.
had. I mean, you obviously put a couple songs out recently, but there's more to come.
Of course, always,
Yeah.
man.
Love
text
that.
Pat. Be like, keep going with those demos, Pat.
Let's go. Let's go,
Write those
Pat.
riffs.
If you're listening, Pat, keep going, baby.
Pat's got riffs and demos
he
for
does.
days, man.
Yeah, he does. It's pretty awesome.
It's just a matter, I think, ultimately we gotta just force ourselves like anything else, like a show. We gotta give ourselves a date and do it because we all have other responsibilities and we're also slackers and lazy. So it's like
Life gets in the way sometimes, man. I totally understand that.
Pat sends a demo. Marty comes over to my house. We chill in this basement and we just scream and sing.
I love that.
Yep.
I love
That's
that.
how magic happens, baby. Don't tell anyone else.
Pat comes up as people you may know for me on Facebook a lot, and I love his profile picture.
That was like,
Same
not,
here.
it's not about the quantity with Pat. It's about the quality.
Yeah.
It's like, he's not posting a ton, but when he does post, it's like, this was worth the wait.
Yeah.
It's so good.
All day long. Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
I got something fun for you guys. Do you want to stick around, Alex, or do you have to scoot?
Yeah, I can stick around. Got a question?
So, you guys know the Wayback Machine, right, on the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I looked up your MySpace from 2007.
Oh my God.
And apparently in 2007, MySpace expanded the top 8 to top 12. I don't know if you remember this.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Who do you think was in your top 12?
We all were, I'm guessing.
You were. What was Marty's MySpace handle in 2007?
A messy man.
Nope. I know this.
Marty Party.
No, it was Buttons.
It might have been at one point.
We did cat names at that
We
point.
did cat names at one point. This is the only.
I remember that.
We all had cat names, and I think I was Buttons. I think Ben was Mittens.
Was that Calico?
You might have been Calico.
That's
That would make
amazing.
That
sense.
makes sense. Yeah.
So the snapshot that I looked at, there was no cat names. It was
Hadn't
it was a
happened yet.
play on a pop punk band song for Marty.
Oh shit.
A little band called Saves the Day.
Oh, I mean, dude.
Shoulders of the wheel.
Shoulders to the Marty. No, it wasn't Shoulders.
Was it Melon and Orange?
It was Rock's Tonic Juice Marty.
Oh,
okay.
damn, dog. That's good.
And then there was Sparks the Army, which must have been your fan.
Yep.
The
Okay.
fan group.
Yep.
And then there were 4 bands. Who would have been your in that era?
Killing Moon.
Wasn't them. There was another
Okay.
band from Maine.
Cambiata. Too late.
Too late.
Too late.
And then there were 3 other bands. 2 of them from Mass. I'm not sure where the other one's from.
Therefore I Am.
Therefore I Am.
Probably Land and Fall.
Land and Fall.
Yeah,
And then I don't know where these guys are from, but I think
Signal the Escape.
Signal the Escape.
Yeah.
Those four.
We're playing shows with them. They're playing,
Yeah, they're on one of the dates, right?
playing a
Or
bunch of
couple
shows
of
with
them?
us. They're from Connecticut. I'm so fucking pumped to play with those guys. I have not seen most of those guys in close to 20 years. Handful of them. Mark came out to one of our reunion shows back in the day. That was the first time I'd seen him. And I think he might have come out to the show that when Land and Fall played with us at Aura, but they were like we actually had a name they were like our brother group, and we called ourselves Sparagnal the Rescappy.
Love it.
Makes sense. That tracks.
And we met them when we were playing one of our like first like really long tours, and they just became our label mates and buddies, and just you know, like when you go on tour and you play with a bunch of guys and different bands, it's like, you know, it's sort of like this weird like
Circus summer camp.
a weird summer camp, and you're just like, no, you guys are cool. I like hanging out with you. And you just become like, are we best friends? I guess we're best friends, you know? And so I'm so excited to play with those guys and play with everybody that we're playing with, but it's going to be like a cool reunion, you know, after all these years to do a little tour. And hopefully we don't get into any tour antics of
Van wars,
throwing stuff at each other's vans or anything like that, because I don't want to be scrubbing down Ben's RV.
No.
That doesn't sound like any fun.
And you got to make it to the next place too, so you don't want to pop a tire or any of that stuff.
Exactly. But super pumped, and that's a throwback and a half to just.
I told you, you never know what Anthony's got up his sleeve. He's always got
cool.
something.
I gotta check that out, because I've always been interested to kind of like go to one day, just switch. One day you went to MySpace, and then the next day you didn't. You know, it's like, I don't know when that split happened, but it happened, and then all of a sudden it was just gone.
Pissed.
Yeah.
I looked him up recently. He's doing okay.
I bet.
Good for him.
He's a photographer.
Got lots of friends.
I think he's a pretty well respected and renowned photographer. I could be wrong, but I think I found that.
Porno?
No, I think like he's in Hawaii just taking photos. And maybe he's doing porno on the side. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a good side hustle.
Yeah, under a different name.
We were talking about that before we started recording, weren't we?
No. That did come up. Man, this is exciting. So we'll be at the Madrid show in about a month, but you're playing a bunch of dates over the course of 8 days, 9 days or so in May, 10 days in May. So if you're near any of those, go check them out.
Tickets are already online. You can get tickets now, and we are like just jazzed. Like it's fun to just be like preparing for it and thinking about it, and you know, just getting ready. I'm gonna pack the Switch too, dude. I'm gonna play some Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
There you go.
I gotta get a 2. I've got a 1. I played Tears of the Kingdom on 1, but
dude, that 60 frames per second, you're just like,
I'm just gonna say my
all
kids
the new
want
games
it.
are gonna come out
My
too,
kids
right?
really need it. They need it.
Yeah,
they do.
Your kids need it.
It's a good dad gaming device too.
Well, it's so portable. You can take it anywhere. It's the best.
You just chill on the couch, or like, you know, not that I'm like, just put the TV on. Hey, I'm gonna play this, but like, it's great. It's great.
I'm sold.
You gotta get one, Marty. Get a PS5, bro.
I need a PS5.
Yeah,
that's
I
really
lent Marty a bunch of PS4 games.
I beat them all, and I still got them. It took me probably 10 years to give you back your Nintendo 64 that you let me borrow.
Yeah, it did.
Remember, but I got it.
You
back
did,
to you.
yeah.
But I got it back to you, and I
not
will
all the pieces, but it was back.
No, it was all the pieces.
No, I'm just kidding. It was all there.
I know it was all the
I know,
pieces.
I know.
And I will get you your
The joystick was broken on the controller.
Yeah, he's fucking crushing Mario Party with this.
I lived with a buddy who had I had the game, he had the console, the 64, Mario Kart 64. Never gave it back to me.
Damn.
Yeah, I had to buy it again. Yeah.
You could sell that for like $40 today.
I know. Well, if you had the box still.
Oh, ooh,
they go
that's
crazy.
Those cardboard boxes.
I wish I had saved all the boxes. I did, obviously, because I was an idiot and a kid. But yeah, he still has it though, so I know where he lives. I guess I could just show up and steal it one day.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I love that you're still at this, and I love that it's still the same group, because with most bands, it is not, especially after all these years. Either they like have moved on, like geographically or headspace or they're
Or
not
just
friends.
Or just one guy.
It's just
who-
one guy
Right.
hanging on to like the last
Yeah.
thing. With you guys, it's
Yeah, I tried to do that. They wouldn't let me. So I was like,
well, with you guys, it's the core group, and it's awesome. Like, I don't know,
Thanks, man.
it's both like allowing us to relive the past and something like refreshing to look forward to as a 40-year-old. So it's cool. It's cool shit, man.
I
Yeah.
think that's how it is for all of us too. Like it's one of those things where like a part of it is reliving the past, but it's like ultimately at the end of the day, every time that we play a show, it's a live show and it's a new experience and it's a new
100%.
experience for
it's so
all
cool.
of us.
There are people that and the Boston shows and at the shows that like have never seen us before. We're just like, this was so cool. Like I never thought I would get the opportunity to see you guys.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it's not just us playing the
Yeah.
hits, but and we're playing all of our songs. But it's like it's still every time we're on stage, it's a new experience for all of us, and it's like you never know what's gonna happen. That's the fun part about live music and about us as a band, where it's like you're not just going up there and press and play. You're going up there, and it's just like, all right, here's something that none of us have ever experienced before, so let's make it happen and have fun.
And you never know what Marty's going to have on his shirt. Do you have all the shirts
Yeah.
planned out?
It's
No,
usually right
no.
before, if I can interrupt here. Yeah, Marty just like has a white T-shirt, grabs the Sharpie from somebody, and then decides
I
that
bring
moment.
my Sharpies.
Okay,
I plan.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I was
for
just
it.
adding color to my story, but I don't know.
Nice.
I'm fact checking you.
Yeah, that's true.
I generally don't have much planned. For a while, I
It's
was
a positive
doing.
message.
Well, I try to do a positive message as best as I can. For a really long period of time, I was doing something from a list that Woody Guthrie wrote. It was a list of New Year's resolutions that he did. That it's pretty much how I try and live my life. And so there would always be a number, and then one of those lessons that he wrote, like stay glad, or like fight war, beat fascism, stuff like that. And so I sort of use that, but then also like dumb inside jokes come in, or I'm feeling really passionate about something like believing in women or believing women, or other stuff that it's just like there's a lot of truth that needs to be put out there, and none of us have control, but I know that I do have an opportunity to have a small message, so I like to try and put that out there and make people feel less alone. And my biggest one is just stay glad.
Yeah, that's the good one. That's a good one.
Well, Marty, at the Sun Tiki shows, you were feeding the crowd bread.
Yeah.
We're feeding the crowd bread.
I was a proud recipient of that bread, and I
You did
haven't
get some bread, yeah.
I haven't gone hungry since. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Marty, I think you'd be like a really good worship leader or priest or something.
I'm gonna take that as
All
a
of the
compliment.
above. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say thank you, Alex.
I'd follow you.
Yeah, you do.
Or just cult leader. You know
I was
what I
gonna
mean?
say cult
Follow me
leader,
on
but-
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like we
man.
can't put your ideas in a box, we need to. So cult
That's
leader's
the
the way to
thing,
go.
man. You can't put ideas in a box.
No, because your ideas are outside of the box.
Yes, perfect. So it's exciting that this is all happening and still happening, and new music on the horizon, shows coming,
Hell yeah.
all this stuff, man. This is a blast. I can't wait to see you guys live again.
I know.
Pat's
It's gonna be so
demos
much
are
fun.
rolling through the text messages. I'll
Boom.
send them to people, and then they're like, "Nah." I'm like, "All right, again." But when I get it right, they're like, "I like this." I'm like, "Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
I did it." And then Marty's like, "Come, let's work on this." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Because I love
Marty.
you, baby.
Yeah, I love you too, Marty."
I think that's the mic drop.
That's a mic drop. Yeah.
I do have to go I have to tuck my kid into bed
Yeah,
Right
go
on.
for
and
it.
like get
Alex, thank you for
stuff
joining us.
together.
Marty,
Thank you guys for
a
having
lot.
us.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate it.
We'll see
Oh,
you
yeah,
soon.
so much. Thank you guys so much.
You're a
Thanks,
good
Alex.
interviewee, Marty.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. You too,
Especially
man.
that state theater
You would be
story.
good on just like a podcast.
Thank you for listening to Podio Slave. We are at Podio Slave on X, Instagram, TikTok, all of the places that you can find us on social media. It's at Podio Slave. We are Podio Slave Podcasts on YouTube. Subscribe to us there. If you want to contact us, hit us up at patioslaypodcast@gmail.com. And hey, if you've got a minute, leave us a review. Tell a friend. We'd really appreciate that. Thank you.
One more thing. I'll never see Guster for a third time because the second time I saw them, they were playing a patio show. And I also
right.
fucking puked.
No.
Oh, so you can't see him again.
Yes.
Dude, there's
Can't see
something
him
in their fucking musical
There's
like
something about
repertoire.
it. It's
Like the brown note that hits you, dude.
it's the mixture of smells. I don't know what it is.
I
but,
think it's the
literally-
music, man. I think it's the
No,
music.
I love
Could be.
Guster.
I know, but they're creating your brown note. That's your brown note.
Oh damn,
That's exactly it.
that's exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
I
and
mean,
there's our secret song.
you got to go a third time because that'll be like the data will be set and we'll have proof.
I'm gonna have them show up to that Madrid show. They're gonna headline because I think one of the dudes is from
Adam
Maine,
lives in
right?
Portland. Adam lives in Portland, I think.
Yeah,
unless
there you
they're
go.
unless they're
Exactly.
touring.
Yeah.
yeah.
Madrid's, if you're listening, hide your bathrooms.
As soon as I hear 4, 3, 2, 1,
Yeah, it's
that's
time.
We can get
Oh,
some doggy bags for the airplane ones for you. You know,
Put a couple up there. Yeah.
Oh,
You're clear at
jeez.
Thompson's Point in August.